In the night time, Ash and Mewtwo are observing the village from their house. It's already midnight and yet no sign of Drifloon, says Mewtwo. Ash, Mewtwo, we spotted a Drifloon taking away kids. We are following them. You also come here quick, says Latias telepathically. Where is that Drifloon taking kids? Asks Mewtwo. It's taking kids outside Jubilife village, says Latias. Let's go, Ash, says Mewtwo as he and Ash teleported away. Ash and Mewtwo arrived at the location where Latias and Latios are present. Ash, Mewtwo and Eon Duo are following Drifloon silently. After tracking Drifloon, they arrived at the Cobalt Coastlands. Ash and others can see that Drifloon is taking the kid into the cave. There is another Drifloon bringing a new kid. So this is the place where they are bring the kids, says Latias. Latias and Latios stand by for battle, says Ash as he let Latias and Latios battle the ghost Pokemon. You can handle them, asks Mewtwo. We can, says Latios. We are going inside, you guys return to the base if we don't come out early. We don't want to put you guys in any sort of trouble, says Mewtwo. We will stay here, says Latias and Latios. Latias launched Luster Purge that hit Drifloon, knocking out it instantly, that caused the kid to start falling towards the ground. Latias then caught the falling kid. However, the kid got scared and started to cry. Inside the cave, Ash and Mewtwo are following the Drifloon cautiously. As Ash and Mewtwo are approaching their destination, they heard a creepy sound sending shiver down their spine. That's one creepy sound, says Ash as creepy sound starts scaring him. Look who is scared now, says Mewtwo. This is not the first time I am going to meet Ghost. When I challenged Sabrina, Saffron City gym leader, I had to get a ghost type and I went to Lavender Town and there I met the trio of Comedian Ghost, and as they wanted to play with me, one of them separated me from my body, says Ash recalling the past event. But I don't know how deadly a Pokemon can be here. In our original time, some wild Pokemon are friendly. Even the Dusknoir that I encountered during my summer camp in Sinnoh was trying to protect humans, says Ash. Kekakeek. Did you hear that again? Asks Ash. Kekakeek. That sound is getting more creepier every time we venture deep in the cave, says Ash as starts to shake in fear. Even Pikachu is hiding in Ash's kimono. Kekakeek. Kekakeek. The sound is getting more creepier and louder as they are getting closer. Ash and Mewtwo walked or floats for next 10 minutes. They heard massive explosion from behind them. Damn. The path is blocked, says Ash. We can figure this later on. Let's find the kids, says Mewtwo. As they went inside, they saw that the kids are cornered by the multiple Drifloon and there is one Drifblim. And on opposite side the rocks of cave started to dissolve and revealed a swirling vortex of ghost energy. Drifloon, leave them alone, says Ash yelling at the ghost Pokemon. Floon, says Drifloon as they glared at Ash. Drifblim is moving slowly towards the kids and used hypnosis, putting them to sleep. Leave them, says Mewtwo as he used his psychic power to teleport the kids far away from the cave. With kids not in their possession, Drifloon and Drifblim got angry and they releases Will-O-Wisp. Pikachu used Thunderbolt, says Ash as Pikachu unleashed the Thunderbolt that hit Will-O-Wisp, causing explosion. Pikachu and Mewtwo uses their attack on the Drifloon and Drifblim, causing severe damage to the balloon. Really pissed of the Drifloon, all Drifloon then began to unleash ominous wind. Mewtwo, the portal is closing, I have to go inside. You keep them at bay, says Ash as Mewtwo uses his psychic power to stop the ghost types and both of them enters the portal on time. As Ash and Mewtwo entered the portal, they saw the most disgusting scene. The skeleton of dead people and Pokemon are floating in the empty space. This place is more disgusting than we anticipated, says Ash as the atmosphere is giving spooky vibe. Any idea on how to find the kids? Asks Ash. The world inside portal is very vast. The platforms of varying sizes are floating as if there is no gravity. After floating aimlessly in the vast new realm, Mewtwo and Ash are now feeling weird. Mewtwo, are you feeling weird? Asks Ash. Why? Asks Mewtwo. It seems this world is draining my life force, says Ash as he feels weaker with passage of every second. Somewhere in the ghost realm, a fairly large Pokemon is floating in the empty space with sad expression. This place is so boring, and the ghosts are so mean. I mean, we are ghosts, but it doesn't mean we should hurt humans, thought the ghost as it floats towards the another part of this dimension. Hey, why are you looking sad? Asks another spirit Pokemon. Get the hell out of here. Don't disturb me, says the first Pokemon. Come on, we are ghost and we should be having fun, says second spirit. Living inside the ghost realm is no fun. You can't do much here, you can't enjoy like a normal Pokemon, that's why ghost posses humans to have fun, says first Pokemon. You are so cute and polite. I met other spirit and those are very mean. I mean they boycotted me just because I am not able to scare any human. Sometimes they compare me with other Drifloon and Drifblim and even they compare me with other Dusknoir. They say that I can't even become a ghost if I show mercy like this in front of humans, says second spirit. He he he. You are like me. I don't even like to hurt innocent humans or Pokemon, says the first Pokemon. It seems we are the only good ghosts here, says the second ghost, but did they boycotted you as well? Nah, I like to stay alone. I think I am not going to become the most scariest ghost, says first ghost. But who are you? Asks second ghost. People call me Gengar and what about you? Says the Gengar. Well, I was an adventurous girl and I died 50 years ago in an accident and I ended up here. When I was alive, people called me Aegis. But the question is why didn't we met earlier? Asks the second spirit. I didn't know that. Sorry for bringing up the topic, says the Gengar. But how would you survive? I mean you need a host to stay alive, says Gengar. I know, but I can't find any host, says second spirit. Wait here, I have a perfect thing, says Gengar as an idea clicked in his mind. As it disappeared and appeared after few moments with a sword and shield floating beside it. What's that? Asks the ghost of Aegis. I didn't had friends and one day I found this floating in our realm. So I used them as playing object. Why don't you try to possess this? Asks Gengar. I don't know, says the ghost. Just try, maybe you can stay alive in it. We are ghost and we can live in any host, even if it's a non-living object, says Gengar. Let's try, says the ghost as it enters the sword and then sword surrounded in dark aura. For few moments the sword stayed still. Hello, are you there? Asks Gengar poking the sword but no answer. Gengar tried multiple times, but it didn't work. Gengar becomes sad, and decided to left. Just before it can leave, it noticed the gem in the center of the sword started to glow purple and the inanimate object started to come alive. It worked. I am not sure how but it worked for me, says the spirit of the girl as it started to check the movement of its new body. Doing aerial maneuvers and slicing the things in the air. But, it still didn't give me a motive to live like a normal life, says the spirit in sad voice. Don't worry, you will find your motive. Why don't we find our motive to live which involves not to hurt and kill humans, says Gengar. Right, says the sword. Before that, let's give you a name. How about Aegislash? Since your old name is Aegis and now you can slash the things with your new body, says Gengar. That's sound good. I love this name, says Aegislash. Aegislash look, says Gengar as Aegislash turned back. What a human and that weird this is doing in our realm, asks Aegislash. Do you really think those ghosts brought them here? Asks Aegislash. Let's go and find it out, says Gengar as both of them starts floating towards them. Mewtwo, we have to find those kids as soon as possible, I promise that I won't let anything happen to them, says Ash with a new determination and started to use all his energy to thrust his body forward. Right, we can't let those Pokemon hurt innocent kids. As long as we stay here we will be drained out of our energy. I can feel presence of entity here, says Mewtwo as he stopped and concentrated before turning towards big chunk of rock. I found you. Reveal yourself and I won't hurt you, says Mewtwo. Back with the Gengar and Aegislash, they are discussing among themselves. How did that thing knows we are here? Asks Aegislash. See, that's the reason we can't become a bad ghost, says Gengar. Reveal yourself now, says Mewtwo as he raised his arm and formed the massive shadow ball that he could. Okay wait, says the new voice as a Gengar who was very large and an unknown Pokemon came out. A Gengar and Aegislash, what you ghosts want from us, asks Mewtwo. We mean no harm, we were just curious to see a human and a weird looking cat in this realm, says Gengar. I am not a cat you pathetic ghosts, says Mewtwo as it got angry. Technically you are cat Mewtwo, you are born from Mew and you are cat, says Ash as he thinks about it. I am not a cat, says Mewtwo. Okay fine, I don't want to make you anger, says Ash turning to ghosts. Now tell us what you want from us, says Mewtwo. We are not like those troublesome ghosts. Because of them, we good ghost types are compared to them, causing bad reputation among humans, says Aegislash. Yeah, I am Gengar and I hate when those ghosts kidnapped innocent kids and bring them here, says Gengar. It seems there is no ill intentions in you. You have goodness in your heart, says Mewtwo. We have to find innocent kids who were kidnapped by Drifloon and Drifblim, says Ash, which caused the duo of ghost-type Pokemon become sad. You told that Drifloon and Drifblim brought those kids in here. I know the exact location where we can find those Pokemon, says Gengar. We will help you. We will find kids and we know where those Drifloon and Drifblim are. Please help us, and I promise that you will be rewarded for your good deeds, says Ash. We will help you. Let's go, says Gengar as the two Pokemon took Ash and Mewtwo with them, and few moments later they arrived at the place where Drifloon and Drifblim surrounded all the kids they kidnapped so far. Leave those kids, says Ash as Mewtwo fires the Shadow Ball that hit Drifblim and Drifloon, gaining their attention. Hey Gengar, can I execute any attack, and if yes, how should I execute an attack, asks Aegislash. I think you need to learn the attacks. Just focus on your powers and then try to unleash it, or watch me and learn, says Gengar as he formed the two black orbs in its palms and fired it towards Drifloon and Drifblim. Who tried to stop me? Asks Drifblim. Leave those human kids alone, says Mewtwo. Yeah, leave them, says Pikachu. Oh, you are the same Gengar that don't want to hurt humans. You are too good for this realm, says Drifblim as it ordered Drifloon to attack Gengar. Catch me if you can, says Gengar as it started to move in agile manner while sending streaks of ghostly aura that hit Drifloons. You want to fight? You will get a fight, says Drifblim as he fired the Will-O-Wisp. In your dreams, says Mewtwo as he uses Psychic, but it become weaker. No Psychic type can battle here at its full capacity. This is our realm and it weakens the power of Psychic types, says Drifblim. Gengar and Aegislash are fighting other ghost types. Drifloon surrounded the Aegislash and Gengar and they are about to attack them. Just before other Drifblim and Drifloon can attack Gengar and Aegislash, two more ghost types Pokemon appeared out of nowhere. One is an Alpha Dusknoir and weird-looking Pokemon. Now who you are? Asks Gengar. My name is Dusknoir, and I am Dragapult, says both Pokemon. What are you doing here? Asks Aegislash. We heard the loud noise and we came here to see what's going on, says Dusknoir. They caused a lot of trouble for ghost types of this realm. The good Pokemon are getting hated for no cause, says Dragapult. It's all because of that Alpha Drifblim, says Dusknoir. But why didn't you defeated it? Asks Ash. We can't do anything. He just overpowered us with his army of Drifloons, says Dusknoir. Mewtwo, we have to use all our power if we want to save kids. You take care of Alpha and we will take care of others, says Ash as Mewtwo nodded and then floats towards the Alpha. Drifblim, Genegar, Dusknoir, Aegislash and Dragapult, let's defeat them all. There are more than 50 Drifloons. Let's take down one by one, says Ash as he sends out his Pidgeot, Noctowl, Swellow, Staraptor and Charizard. Noctowl use Foresight, says Ash as Noctowl releases the red energy beam that hit multiple Drifloon. Pikachu use Thunder, and Pidgeot, Staraptor. Swellow, Noctowl use Brave Bird. Charizard use Fire Blast, says Ash. Dragon Darts, says Dragapult as it fires 4 small dragons from its hole in head towards the Drifloon that hit multiple Drifloon before coming back to its place. That's so cool, says Ash as his Pokemon defeated the 20 Drifloon. On other side, Gengar, Dragapult, Dusknoir and Aegislash formed a team and defeated 20 Drifloon. Few more to go. Charizard used Dragon Rush and combine with Flare Blitz, says Ash. Pikachu use Thunder. Pidgeot, Noctowl, Swellow and Staraptor use Brave Bird, says Ash as his Pokemon execute their last attack and defeated the other Pokemon. The battle continued for then next 30 minutes and all Drifloon were defeated. On other side, Mewtwo prepared his final attack. Your funeral, says Mewtwo as he thrusts the powerful 12 feet radius Shadow Ball. No, says Drifblim screaming in terror as Shadow Ball exploded upon contact with Alpha Drifblim, knocking it out instantly. The souls trapped inside Drifblim's body released and started to wander in the ghost realm. The most of the spirits were good and thus they left in peace. Evil spirits however started to surround Ash and his Pokemon, but thanks to Gengar, Dusknoir, Aegislash and Dragapult, those spirits left Ash and his Pokemon. Mewtwo then came near Ash, taking fainted Drifblim with him. Ash, capture it. The only way to stop the terror of this Drifblim in this realm, says Mewtwo. Sure, says Ash as he captured the Alpha Drifblim. The spirits of the kids entered back in their body. Thanks, we appreciate your help, says Pikachu to ghost types. No worries, we love to help you. Now since the spirits of those kids are back in their body, you should leave this place as soon as possible, says Dusknoir. We will help you get out of this place, says Gengar and Aegislash as Aegislash and Gengar used their ghostly abilities to take Ash and his Pokémon to the human world. Dusknoir and Dragapult help them in bringing kids to the human world. Outside the cave, Latios and Latios are waiting for Ash and Mewtwo. Inside the cave, the portal to the ghost realm opens up once again, and from within came out Ash and his Pokémon along with other kids. Thanks guys, you really are good ghosts. We can't find a way to appreciate you guys, says Pikachu. Yeah, you are a lifesaver, says Charizard. It would be great if you can join us in our quest. If you could join us, we can be the great team and we will get stronger together, but we know you have other important stuff to do. So stay safe guys, says Pikachu. Do you really want us to be your team member, is it you are saying? I mean, do you really want to accept us, asks Gengar. Yeah, I will accept you and there is no doubt in it, says Ash. But we can't hurt innocent humans and Pokémon, says Aegislash. Yeah, me too. Our reputation among humans are not good, says Dusknoir. We are not asking you to join us because we want to hurt innocent Pokémon or human, we are asking because we will get stronger together. We are also against hurting innocent human and Pokémon, but there are few times we had to battle evil humans and Pokémon to save others or ourselves, says Ash. What you say? Should we join them? Asks Aegislash. I am in, says Aegislash. We always wanted someone to understand the goodness in us. And I think this is the chance, says Gengar as Dusknoir and Dragapult also agreed to it. We decided to join your team, says all 4 ghost Pokémon. It's already 2 weeks past and Ash is still recovering from weakness he got after staying in Ghost Realm. The kids who became victim of Ghost will take almost 2 months to recover. You brought the kids safe and sound. We don't know how to thank you. We decided to give kids a home as some of them don't belong to Hisui. We don't know from where they are, but they will be a part of this village, says Kamado. You did great work, Ash. Battling ghosts are not an easy task, says Laventon. You should take rest. We will start our tasks after 2 weeks, says Laventon. Next day, Ash arrives at the place where his Pokémon. Ash is addressing his Pokémon. A Gengar who is 10 feet tall emerged from the shadows. An 8 feet tall sword with shield floated in front of Ash. A 10 feet high Alpha Dusknoir and a Dragapult came in front of Ash. Gengar, Dragapult, Dusknoir and Aegislash, you guys are here, so you really want to be my team member? Asks Ash. We decided and we thought it will be cool to be on your team, says Gengar. But what about other good ghosts? Asks Pikachu. They are okay with that. They told me that they can survive on their own, says Gengar. Guys, I am lucky to have you guys on my team, says Ash as he captured the 4 Pokémon. Ash can't believe on his eyes. He caught 4 ghost types, and 2 of them being foreign Pokémon. It's 2 months past since Ash and Mewtwo saved the kids from the clutches of Drifblim. I got 4 new friends in the form of Gengar, Dusknoir, Aegislash and Dragapult, who are now an integral part of Ash's team. Ash introduced the new Pokémon to Akari, who hot shocked due to Gengar played prank on her. When it comes to evil Drifblim, Mewtwo is the perfect Pokémon to keep Drifblim in its senses. However, Drifblim realizes its mistake, but the evil part is not gone yet. From last 2 months, Ash and his Pokémon are training. Ceruledge and Sceptile become great training partners. Armarouge and Infernape are on other level. Ash's other Pokémon are helping each other in growing by helping them in learning new moves, training and type. Now Ash is in Captain Sillen's office. Ash, out of all Survey Corp members, I trust you and Akari a lot. You not only helped Akari in overcoming her fear of Pokémon, but you developed great battling skills in her, says Sillen. That's so generous of you, but Akari did all hard work, says Ash. Considering your skills, I have one special task for both you, says Sillen. What kind of task? Says Akari. Ash, we are still trying to learn our ways to get along with Pokémon. With your help, we are sure that we will get along with Pokémon very well, says Sillen. But why are you afraid of the Pokémon? They are very friendly, asks Ash as he gently pet his Eevee. Eevee is enjoying the attention given to her by his trainer. Coming back to the topic, there is an abandoned island near Hisui which is approximately 800 miles away, says Sillin. So what you want me to do with that? Asks Ash. RC Explorer Core Unit is responsible for finding the useful items that can assist us in crafting the products that will help us in our daily life. As they were exploring the abandoned island, they got attacked by few unfamiliar Pokémon, says Sillin. I wonder what Pokémon they could be. Did our Sea Explorer Corps gave any info what they look like? Asks Ash. No, they only told us that there is an alpha Pokémon. But I need you to find that for us. And if required, I want you to capture those Pokémon and any other Pokémon that help those Pokémon, says Sillin. Or can you go now? Says Sillin. Yeah, I am ready for that. It will be a great experience and training time for my Pokémon, says Ash. I am not sure how much time it will take, but me and my Pokémon will try our best. You may leave now, says Sillin, to which Ash nodded and left the hall. Ash and Akari are crossing the sea on their Pokémon. Ash is taking help of his Gyarados, and Akari is sitting on Ash's Lapras. Lapras and Gyarados, are you enjoying? Asks Ash to his two Pokémon. Yeah, says Gyarados in happiness. He was getting bored in the lake. This is his first time swimming in the ocean. I am enjoying it, Ash, says Lapras via telepathy. Guys, do let me know once you need rest. We will stop on any one of the island, says Ash as both Pokémon nodded. Mewtwo, Latios and Latios are flying with Ash. They are currently invisible, all courtesy of Latios and Latios teaching Mewtwo the skill of invisibility. As they swam for 2 hours, they decided to rest. As they spotted a small island with area size equal to Jubilife Village. Guys, let's dock on that island, says Ash as Gyarados and Lapras stopped and Ash recalled them in Pokeball. How are we going to cross sea without them? Asks, taking a break of 2 hours. Ash send out his Pidgeot. Akari, let's go, says Ash as he help Akari in getting on Pidgeot. Thanks to the skillful craftsman in Jubilife Village, Ash is able to craft a riding gear for his Pokemon. A riding gear was crafted for Pidgeot, Charizard, Tauros and Lapras. Now Pidgeot, at full speed, let's go, says Ash as Akari was unable to understand, but with a blink of an eye, Pidgeot attained the speed of 300 km per hour. Akari is now screaming at top of her lungs. Show off, says Mewtwo, Latios and Latios as they rolled their eyes. Let's go, guys, says Mewtwo as the trio followed Ash. After covering up the half distance of approximately 300 miles, Ash decided to stop. Come out, guys, says Ash as he send his Pokemon out. As Ash's Pokemon came out, they got excited. Akari also released her Pokemon. Akari, I know you know most of my Pokemon, but there are few Pokemon that I want you to meet, says Ash. Ash, are you sure? Asks Latios. I am sure, she is good. I think we can at least tell her, says Ash. Who are you speaking to, Ash? Asks Akari. Akari, there are few Pokemon that you didn't met yet, says Ash as he tossed 2 Pokeball which releases Ceruledge and Armarouge. Mewtwo, Latios and Latios also showed themselves. What kind of these creatures are? Asks Akari as she hid behind Ash. Don't be scared, these are my friends. Meet Mewtwo, Latios and Latios. Actually, Mewtwo is born from scientific experiments. A ruthless experiment in which he lost his loved ones. Mewtwo, Latios and Latios are Psychic-type legendary Pokémon. These are Ceruledge and Armarouge, Mewtwo's friends, says Ash. He, says Akari in feeble voice as if Mewtwo is going to kill her. No need to be scared, girl, I am Ash's friend, says Mewtwo. What was that? Asks Akari. Telepathy, only psychic types are able to do, says Ash. Hello, Akari. Nice to meet you, says Latios and Latios. I heard another one, says Akari. That's probably Latios and Latios, says Ash. Amazing, you have such a good friends, says Akari. With that they spend rest of their time on the island taking rest. Next day Akari and Ash are ready to depart. Ash, we are in danger, says Mewtwo. What kind of danger? Asks Ash as 3 shadows covered the ground. What kind of Pokemon are these? Asks Ash as he uses Arcdex. Ash, what is this? Asks Akari. That's Arcdex, I found it on the ground when I came here in Hisui, says Ash. Corviknight, the Raven Pokemon. A flying and steel type. Corviknight has no rivals in the Galar region's skies. Its shimmering black steel body daunts opponents and causes fear. With their great intellect and flying skills, these Pokémon very successfully act as the navigator in darkest. 8 feathers on its back are called blade birds, and they can launch off its body to attack foes independently, says Ash reading out loud the Pokédex entries. Intruders, get away from here, says one of the Corviknight. Okay, we are going. Give us some time, says Ash as he starts packing. The Ash is packing his things. An idea clicked his mind. Corviknight, says Ash loudly as Corviknight looked at Ash in anger. Take your things and get away, says Corviknight. Ash stood there looking in eyes of Corviknight and says, would you like to be my team member? Why, I would love to listen a human and be under its slavery when I can be the master of the skies, says Corviknight. I know, but you won't be my slave, you will be my friend, says Ash. Listen human, we can't be the team member of the human. They can't even understand us, says another Corviknight. Didn't you realize that he is communicating with you easily? Says Eevee. Wait a minute, says Corviknight as they realized something. That puny Pokemon is right, this kid is understanding us. Just join me, you will love our company, or if you don't want, you can go but you will lose a chance to get stronger, says Ash. Battle me, if you defeat me, I will join you, says Corviknight. Challenge accepted, says Ash as Corviknight faced Ash and Ash send his Charizard. The battle between Charizard and Corviknight begun as Corviknight uses Brave Bird. Charizard use Dragon Blitz, says Ash as Charizard is as Dragon Rush and Flare Blitz combo and hit Corviknight. Dragon Blitz connected with the Brave Bird causing explosion. The force of explosion sends both Pokemon back. As a secondary effect of Flare Blitz, Corviknight surrounded in flames dealing good damage. Corviknight then used Sky Attack, which Charizard countered with his own Sky Attack, and when Charizard was near Corviknight, he used Double Team and went above Corviknight before using full power before Corviknight could do Overheat Attack hit Corviknight causing severe damage. Now Charizard, use Smoke Screen and finish with Fire Blast, says Ash. Charizard uses the smoke screen to create thick layer of black smoke and then Fire Blast that directly hit the smoke. Charizard then dived down with Dragon Blitz and hit Corviknight, making it crash on the ground, creating crater and dust rises in the air. When dust clears, Corviknight was unconscious. Charizard, you did great. Take rest, says Ash as Charizard landed, and then Ash gave Jim berries to eat which will restore his health and energy. You human, you attacked our leader, says other Corviknight. That battle was fair and square and your leader is the one who challenged me, says Ash as he walked towards the Corviknight. Corviknight, wake up, says Ash as he gently pet Corviknight, who opened its eyes. Now what you want? Asks Corviknight in pain. Take this, it will heal your wounds and re-energize you, says Ash as he gave Corviknight a medicine made from herbs. It tastes good, says Corviknight. Once Corviknight feels better, Ash says, so do you want to join me? I won't force you. I just thought if you could join me, we can help each other in getting strong, says Ash. You really allowing me to leave? Asks Corviknight. Yeah, I can't force you to stay with me if you don't want to do, says Ash. Even after defeating me you still want me to go, and this made me think about your proposal. I think I will join you, says Corviknight. You will? Asks Ash. Yes, I don't know why, but it looks like you will be a great friend for me, says Corviknight as Ash picks one Pokeball and then he caught Corviknight, and to Ash's surprise Corviknight didn't resist it and let himself caught by, then sends his Corviknight out. Welcome to the team, we assure you that you are in good hands, says Ash as he extends his arm. Corviknight stared at hand for a while and then leaned down to let Ash touch it. Your fur is great, Corviknight, you are an amazing Pokemon, says Ash as he gently stroked the fur, causing Corviknight to give happy feeding their Pokemon. Ash and Akari friends starts to move towards their destination. After traveling for 2 days, Ash and Akari spots a massive island. Finally, we reached the island, says Ash as they spotted the massive island in front of them. Look, the island is too massive, says Akari in amusement. I wonder what kind of Pokemon we will find there, says Ash. Corviknight, please land there, says Ash as he landed on the beach. Corviknight, return, take a well-deserved rest, says Ash as he recalled his Pokemon. I have a feeling that there are going to be a dangerous Pokemon, says Akari. 50% of this island is made of forest, 20% is of mountain and remaining 1 is of water bodies, says Ash observing the surroundings. 10 minutes later, Ash and Akari reached entrance of the forest, and just before they could step forward, they started to hear the sound of rustling. Be prepare. I think there is a snake near us, says Ash as he prepared Blastoise's Pokeball. Just before they can realize, an octopus-like Pokemon came out of the bushes nearby and coiled itself around Ash's body and started to bind him. Pikachu and Ash started to feel suffocated. Pikachu got frustrated and then released the powerful Thunderbolt that caused the Pokemon to release Ash. But the Pokemon started to launch Focus Blast at Ash. Rowlet, use Brave Bird, says Ash as he sends out Rowlet, who was flying in the air, heard Ash's order and used Brave Bird. But the Pokemon simply flattened on the ground and avoided the attack and jumped in the air before grabbing Rowlet. The boneless body of the octopus Pokemon started to bind Rowlet, causing it to scream in pain. Rowlet, you can do it, take it in the air and then spin to shake it off, says Ash as Rowlet yelled loudly before using all its strength to flew in the air and then started to spin, causing the unknown Pokemon to release Rowlet. The unknown Pokemon started to fall on the ground. That kicked saved the Pokemon instinct in Ash and he ran towards the Pokemon to catch it. Just before the Pokemon could hit the ground, Ash caught it, preventing it from getting severe damage. Are you okay? Asks Ash as the unknown Pokemon looked at Ash with scared expression. Are you scared? Says Ash as the Pokemon started to shiver in fear. Hey, don't scare. We won't do any harm to you. But why did you attack us in first place? All we did is the reaction of self-defense, says Ash, causing the Pokemon to calm a bit. You thought we are intruders, as there are no humans on this island, asks Ash, causing the Pokemon to nod. We are here for special task, but we assure you that we won't hurt you, says Ash as he places the Pokemon on the ground. Take this, says Ash as he gave it a berry, which it took happily. We have to go now, says Ash as he and Akari started to walk deep into the forest. The new Pokemon looked at Ash walking away towards the forest. That was strange, he didn't attack me, thought the Pokemon as it crawls on the ground towards them. As Ash and Akari are walking, Ash stopped for a while. What happened? Asks Akari. Shish. I am trying to hear something, says Ash, asking her to keep pin drop, then touched the ground and tried to feel vibrations on the ground. We have to hide, says Ash as he warned Akari. But what happened? Asks Akari. I don't have time to explain, we have to make it quick, says Ash. But what happened? Asks Akari as they heard a loud roar that echoes in the forest. What was that? Asks Ash. A Pokemon is coming towards us, says Mewtwo, warning Ash. It's scary, says Akari as she hid behind Ash. I know, but it must be a dangerous Pokemon, says Ash as he focused his gaze at distance. Few moments later, ground starts shaking violently and a 32 feet tall Pokemon appeared. Now what's that? Asks Ash in pure disbelief as he pointed his Arcdex. Golurk, the automaton Pokemon. A ground and ghost type. It is said that ancient people created Golurk for heavy manual labor. It is completely loyal to its masters. The seal on its chest is removed, it can't control its energy, says Ash, reading Pokédex entry. It seems Golurk is trying to protect Pokemon of this island, and this Golurk is shiny, says Mewtwo. It can be a possibility, says Ash. Also, finding a Golurk is rare and having such a big Pokemon is also rare. We didn't saw this kind of Pokemon before, says Akari. Grr, says the Golurk as its eyes flashes red and then it fires the Hyper Beam. Ash and Akari evaded the attack. Listen, Golurk, we are not here to hurt anyone. We are just here to do some research, says Ash, but Golurk is not listening it at all. Golurk is moving towards them and prepared hammer arm. Gall, says Golem as it tried to attack the Ash and Akari with signal beam. Now, it's time for a battle, says Ash. Mewtwo, if you don't mind, can I take this Golurk down by myself, asks Ash as Mewtwo nodded. Hey Golurk, over here, says Ash as he yelled, causing Golurk to look at Ash. As Golurk turned, it fired signal beam that Ash evaded. Ash then ran in towards the open space in order to save the forest from getting damaged. Akari and Mewtwo also followed Ash. Arriving at the open field, Golurk starts to send signal beam all over the place. Golurk creates a white orb of energy in front of its face and fires a white and pale blue beam of energy from the orb at the Ash. Ash evaded the attack and he tried to convince the Golurk, but it's not working at all. Golurk is continuously firing the attack. Golurk, we are not here to hurt you or any Pokemon, says Ash, but it's of no use. Fine, if a battle you want, battle you will get, says Ash. Mewtwo, do you really think if Ash can defeat that Pokémon? Asks Akari to Ash's Pokemo as she is worried for him. Mewtwo gave positive nod and looked at Ash. Sceptile charge at Golurk with agility and use Leaf Blade, says Ash. Sceptile then charged at Golurk with amazing speed. Just before Sceptile can hit Golurk, Golurk glowed orange and slams its foot on the ground, causing stone pillars appeared around it, preventing Sceptile from attacking it. However, Sceptile used the stones to jump in the air to reach as much higher as possible. As Sceptile reached up to the same height as of Golurk's chest, Sceptile launched the solar beam. Golurk extends its one arm to block the attack and used Shadow Punch from another fist. Sceptile quickly used Protect to block Shadow Punch. Sceptile used Bullet Seed, says Ash. To Ash's surprise, Golurk flew in the air to avoid the Bullet Seed and then surrounded in energy of Giga Impact. Damn. Sceptile quick used Double Team and then used Seed Bomb, says Ash's Sceptile created its copies. Golurk then glowed white and slammed its foot on field, causing the ground to explode in many pieces, and then Golurk used Telekinesis to float Sceptile in the air. This Golurk knows telekinesis, says Ash in shock. Golurk then prepared the Hyper Beam and launched it at Sceptile. Sceptile yells louder and then created the barrier around him and stopped the Hyper Beam. This also broke Golurk's grip on him. Sceptile then used agility and then charged at the Golurk with X-Scissor on close range. Golurk then creates a purple portal beneath itself and sinks into it, and as a result Sceptile missed its target. That's Phantom Force, and with Golurk knowing this move, Ash is in danger, says Mewtwo. As Sceptile is looking for the target, another portal appears next the opponent, and Golurk comes out of it with a massive shadow ball formed in its arms. Golurk and Sceptile then fired their own attack. Solar Beam and Shadow Ball collided, causing Solar Beam to get overpowered and engulfed Sceptile before its explosion was too powerful that knocked Sceptile back in the air before crashing down on the ground. Sceptile didn't move for a while as Golurk walked towards the unconscious Sceptile. SCEP, says Sceptile as he woke up with all his strength and then glared his opponent. Sceptile, are you ready? Asks Ash as Sceptile nodded. Alright, let's show that Golurk what our bond can do. We will reach the pinnacle of our strength. We will get stronger beyond our imagination, declared Ash with enthusiasm and determination. Sceptile also pledged for the same as both Ash surrounded in blue aura and Sceptile surrounded with green aura, and then a swirling tornado of leaves surrounded Sceptile. This power is something else, thought Sceptile. Ski, PPPP, TTTTIIIILLLLEEEE. Says Sceptile as green aura surrounded him and bright yellow and green glow came out of the leaves. Sceptile, show Golurk the power of our bond and trust, says Ash's rainbow color energy streaks came out from Ash's chest and it started to extend towards the Sceptile. From within the leaves came out the energy streaks as well that merged in the middle. No way, says Mewtwo in shock. What happened, and what's going on? Says Akari in confusion. If I am assuming the things correctly, Ash's Sceptile is Mega Evolving, says Mewtwo. Wow, that's great, but what's Mega Evolution? Asks Akari. Mega Evolving means, when a fully evolved Pokemon attains new stage. The thing that shocked me is, it can't be happening without two items which are necessary to achieve this. Those two items act as a catalyst to Mega Evolution along with the strong bond between a trainer and Pokemon, says Mewtwo. What two items? Asks Akari. Keystone and Mega Stone. Keystone is held by trainer and Mega Stone by Pokemon. I saw humans using it, says Medu. Once energy streaks merged, it blinded everyone and leaves disappeared, revealing a different Sceptile. Wait, what happened? Asks Ash in confusion. Ash, your Sceptile Mega evolved, says Latias in happiness. Mega what? Asks Ash. We'll let you know, but first of all you have to defeat Golurk, says Mewtwo. Golurk then fired the flash cannon that Sceptile evaded the attack with agility. This time Sceptile was extremely fast as compared to previously. Golurk raised its arm and used Rock Slide over, then used its agility and jumping skills to hop from one boulder to another and reached above Golurk's head, and then used full power Leaf Storm that hit Golurk's face, causing good damage. Golurk then disappeared into portal and appears beside Sceptile and used Shadow Punch that hit Sceptile, dealing good damage to it. On other side, Ash scream in pain as if he took the like Sceptile scream in pain. Ash did too. What's going on? Why, it feels like I took the attack as well, thought Ash. Sceptile quickly stood back and then charged in with the aerial ace and reached near Golurk's foot. Sceptile then climbed on Golurk's back to reach near Golurk's head. Sceptile then jumped of the Golurk and landed on the field waiting for something to happen. Golurk then extends its arm and then fired Shadow Ball rapidly. Sceptile used Bullet Seed to counter Shadow Ball, says Ash as Sceptile opened its mouth and fires the Bullet Seed that destroyed Shadow Ball. Golurk then becomes more angry and used Send Wave of Ghost Energy that hit everything in its way and eventually striked Sceptile, causing it to fell on its knees. As a side effect, Ash also fell on his knees, holding his stomach. Ash screamed in intense pain. Golurk walks towards Sceptile, but all of a sudden it's surrounded in multiple vines that came out of the neck area. Golurk is engulfed in red energy. Sceptile, finish this once for all, use full power Solar Beam, says Ash's orbs on Sceptile's back glowed yellow and then it fires Solar Beam. Golurk then countered with the full power Hyper Beam, causing both attacks to collide in midair. Full power, says Ash as he thrusts his arm outward. Sceptile used all his strength behind one attack and pushed Hyper Beam back. Golurk is surprised to see that someone is able to rival its power. To make the things worse, Golurk used its full power and launched Flash Cannon from both of its arms and overpowered Sceptile, causing massive explosion. Sceptile stood back and the battle continued for 10 more minutes until both Pokemon fires Solar Beam and Flash Attack overpowered Sceptile and engulfed him. Ash could feel the pain of Hyper Beam and Flash Cannon as his body started to feel like it's burning, due to which Sceptile and Ash both fainted in the process. Back with Golurk, it can't keep up more and as a result it also fainted due to excessive power usage. What? Ash defeated the thing? Asks Akari in shock. Yeah, it seems so. I am proud of him, says Mewtwo. What should we do about Golurk? Asks Akari. We should capture it, and then it will be up to Ash, if he wants to keep it or not, says Mewtwo as he walked towards Golurk and captured it successfully with the Ash's Pokeball. Pikachu, Eevee, Sceptile, mumbles Ash as he started to get back into his senses. Pikachu and Eevee licked Ash. Are you okay, Pikachu? Asks Ash as he get up with all his strength. Ash, you should take rest. I checked you and you are in no condition to move, says Akari as she came towards Ash with a bowl of medicine. What happened to me and how long I was out? Where is Golurk? Did it hurt you? Asks Ash. You were unconscious for 2 hours, says Akari as she showed Ash a Pokeball. And Golurk is right here. You captured that? Asks Ash in shock. Yup, it fainted right after you fainted. So I decided to catch that for you. Now it's up to you if you want to release it back to the wild or if you want to keep it, says Mewtwo. Ash, Akari and Mewtwo took shelter in nearby caves in the mountain range. We will be resting here for a while before we resume our journey, says Akari. Yeah, I need rest as well, says Ash. So Ash, can you tell us how did you achieve the Mega Evolution without stones? Ash, why did you fainted? Asks Akari. I don't know. When Sceptile took the attack from Golurk, I felt that too. And when the final attack hit Sceptile, I felt like my body was burning, says Ash. It was strange, Mega Evolution without Keystone and Mega Stone, says Mewtwo as he started to think something. But, what's Mega Evolution? Asks Ash. Mega Evolution is the stage when fully evolved Pokemon can attain temporary evolution, but it only lasts until battle gets over, says Latios. So how many Pokemon can Mega Evolve? Asks Akari. I don't know, but I saw only few Pokemon Mega Evolving. Sceptile is one of them, says Mewtwo. That's amazing, says Ash in excitement. Even Rayquaza, Latios and Latios can Mega Evolve, says Mewtwo. Is that true? Asks Latios in excitement. Yes, says Mewtwo. But I need to finish a task, says Ash as he stood back and walked towards the open area in front of the cave. What are you doing, Ash? Asks Akari. Going to ask if Golurk wants to stay with us or not, says Ash. Ash took deep breath and releases Golurk out. Go, Lurk, says Golurk as it released out of its confinement. Golurk, says Ash, gaining attention of the Pokemon. Golurk looked down, and recalled how this human went toe-to-toe against it. Look, Golurk is not looking angry now. It seems calm and composed, says Akari. Golurk, I am not sure if you can understand me. I know you didn't like that we attacked you. But, we have to do it in self-defense as you were not in a state to understand us at that time, says Ash as Golurk is trying to process what Ash is saying. Golurk, you are a great Pokemon. Having you on my team would be great, but I won't force you to join us. If you want to stay in wild, I would be happy to release you. But if you wish to join me, then I am open to it as well, says Ash. Go, Lurk, says Golurk as it looked at the Ash and then looked at the wild. Golurk, I assure you that whatever is your decision, I will be happy, says Ash. As this human is real, he is saying that he will release me if I don't want to stay with him. But many humans will try to catch at my power strength, but this human is already giving me an option to stay with him or stay in wild, thought Golurk. Golurk, what you decided? Asks Pikachu. I think I can consider the option to stay with you. You are a purest soul. I am the only Golurk on this island, and most of the Pokemon are afraid of me because of my size, says Golurk. Pokemon afraid of you, but why? Asks Ash. Because I am tall, and as a result they don't accept me in their community. I feel lonely, says Golurk. Golurk, you shouldn't feel shame. In fact, this is your strength, says Ash. You can understand me? Asks Golurk. Yup, I can understand you, and any Pokemon in this world, says Ash. After all, I battled you. Will you still be my Pokemon? I promise that we will get strong together, says Ash. But there are few Pokemon that I take care of. I don't know how they will survive, says Golurk. Golurk, I am not sure if you like this idea. Is it okay if me and my friend Akari adopts them? Asks Ash. Your friend seems good human to me. I think I can consider this option. I would love to be on your team, says Golurk. Welcome to the team, Golurk, says Ash as he extends his fist, and Golurk touched Ash's fist with its finger. Thanks for trusting us. I think you were protecting the island, says Ash, to which Golurk nodded. But what's the thing you are protecting? Is it something that could destroy this world? Asks Ash, but Golurk denied. Golurk then picks Ash and places him on its shoulder before walking towards a different direction. It seems Golurk is taking Ash to somewhere. Should we follow him? Asks Akari. No, I think we should respect Golurk's choice, says Mewtwo.